practitioners, we have to recognize where we are leaving people at the end of our work. We can't just be sending someone off with a huge awakening and no information about their system and what's happening to them. People are coming online in a really huge way. So I see a lot of people who are awakening to the fact that they have shamanic gifts, that they have psychic gifts, that they have clairaudience, clairvision, and there are a lot of us who actually are instigators. We are turning on these people in huge ways by just being near our field and our frequency, by having the healing work done on them, by us asking for it to happen for them as we seek for them to be able to cultivate their highest nature, their truest gifts. We are actually helping to turn on their systems, and in some cases we are leaving them in a state of being really open, really vulnerable to receiving information and messages, to having stuff happen to them that they had no idea was going to happen. They might be having visions, past life memories. They might be woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning with all kinds of energies moving through their system. They might be hearing things. So in this, we have a certain responsibility that if we're working with someone, that we're checking up on them afterwards or making it really clear that they can tune back in with us, that if we're going to sell them a package of services, that at the end of the service, that we're really tuning in if they are sustainable at that moment to be able to move forward in their life, that we've given them enough tools and techniques to be able to sustain them. Or we have information where we're moving them onto another practitioner who's maybe going to teach them about their skills or about practices that they need to be doing in order to be okay. I know we can't handhold people all the way through every little thing that's going on, and I know that a lot of times when people have had a lot of trauma in their life, that moving this old stuff through the system, and sometimes it's past life stuff, but moving this stuff through the system can be intense, it can take a little while, and it can be quite a process that they're going through. And I know that sometimes we just want to do our healing work, bring in the light, move some stuff out, and be done. But we have to be really conscious about where we're leaving our people. I am really, really passionate about this because I have seen people leave practitioners being blasted open in a certain kind of way, have all of this trauma, memories, experiences, visions, hearing things, all kinds of stuff happen to them, and not know what to do next, feeling lost, feeling alone, feeling crazy. They're like, oh my God, what is happening to me? I have no idea. What do I do next? What do I do next? What do I do next? And they need to know something about their system. So if you're not into education, if you're not into educating people about their energy bodies, about their emotional bodies, about their system, if you're not into teaching them about grounding, about clearing their field, about protecting themselves, please find someone else. You can send them to me. Find someone else who is good at this, who enjoys doing this aspect of the work, who likes giving homework, to work with these people. Now, I know sometimes you give people homework and they don't do it, and that's frustrating. But what I have found is that for people who are having a big awakening, they will do their homework because they can't really function without it. And they need more information. Don't assume that everybody knows what a chakra is. Don't assume that everybody knows that they have an auric field and that they need to clear it, or that cord cutting is a thing that happens more than once. You don't just go in for cord cutting and now I've cut all my cords and I'm done. That's not really how it works. There's a continuous process that's happening over time. And if you can give people homework, if you can give them something to do, even if it's just a small practice to do, you're engaging them in their own healing process. You're making it less of a system where they have something go wrong, there's a trauma, there's something that's coming up, they have pain, whatever it is, and they're seeking a practitioner where the system is, I'm coming to you for you to heal me and fix me, and then I'm going to walk away and go back to my life. This isn't really true service to people, I don't believe, because as healers, what we're really doing is we're holding space for people to heal themselves. We are creating the conditions for healing to happen. We are calling in the energies. We are creating the container in which healing can occur. And that if we can, as practitioners, give homework, give information, give them something to hold on to do themselves, all of a sudden they're that much more engaged in their healing. All of a sudden they're empowered. All of a sudden they are healers. We haven't taken ourselves and put ourselves on some kind of pedestal that we are greater than them and we're the healers and they're the ones who need healing. We are basically then giving them the empowerment to share that we are all healers, that we are all capable of healing ourselves. We just need some help sometimes from others who have more information, they have more wisdom, they have more practice, they have more help on the energetic realms, they have a system in place that works. We as healers are working from a system that we have discovered works for us. So if we can impart some of that wisdom onto others so that they can start to heal themselves through their own personal self-care and practices, we're starting to build a more unified field of healing throughout the world so that those people are seeing themselves as healers. Even if they're just healing themselves, they're seeing themselves as already whole and healed, and then working on this aspect of self. They're seeing that they have the potential to hold space for other people, whether it's their family, their children, their coworkers, their friends, whoever it is, that they also can create that container of healing for someone else because they've experienced it with you. They've then gone home and experienced it with themselves and gained this awareness around themselves. They've gained knowledge about themselves. They've become a greater healers within their lives for themselves. Please help them help themselves. Otherwise, we're really doing a lot of heavy lifting and we are setting ourselves apart from people as healers. And what I see in this awakening is that we are awakening healers. We are awakening the shamans. We are awakening the psychics. We are awakening all of those who have these latent gifts within themselves. And when we awaken those gifts, they often need some explanation. They need to know that they're not going crazy when they start to hear voices. They need to know that they're not going crazy when they start to see things. And they need to know how to practice discernment, how to practice good methods for cleansing and purifying themselves over time and protecting themselves. And what I have found is this does not mean that people are no longer going to come and see you. There's this crazy idea that we are supposed to be creating these systems within our healer's business where people come over and over and over again over time. And I don't know whether we just pulled this out of psychotherapy realm or massage. I know in massage school that they talked a lot about the reoccurring clients and how you just get somebody and they're going to come every week, and maybe that works for massage. Sometimes people want to come for relaxation massage and they're going to come every week for the rest of their life, and that's going to be great for them and really help them. That's an amazing service to give. But we're talking about transformational work. We're talking about really deep healing work. And a lot of times what we see is maybe we work with someone and they're gone. They're gone after 1 session or 3 sessions or 6 sessions. And what we leave them with beyond the experience is an understanding of themselves and the world and how to run their lives and their own internal system, their own practices, their self-care practices. We have to give people these things. And the great thing is, if we give someone a self-care practice, if we give them something that really works, that they can tune into and use over and over again, they're going to be more sustainable. They're going to be more higher level functioning. And you know what? When they come back to see you, they're going to be operating at another level of being. So your work is going to become easier and you're going to get more clients. Don't worry that if I give somebody all of their, practices to do on themselves, if I teach them how to heal themselves, they're not going to need me anymore. Just think about what that sounds like. That's not the thing. That's not the point. By doing the work, by getting it out there, other people are going to find you and they are going to tell people and they are going to tell people. And the great thing is that when we give someone something that works, a self-care practice, it's really important. When they see that in their kid, that they have the same issue, they're going to be able to explain what's going on to them. They're going to be able to recognize in their partner that they're having a particular sensitivity. They're going to be able to help the next generation. And isn't that what we want? Don't we want people to wake up? We don't want to wake people up and freak them out so badly because all of a sudden they're having these crazy experiences that they shut back up super tight again. Because we can't open people up and have them shut down because they will cultivate disease and pain. Because we all know when you shut down your gifts, it's not helpful to your life. So please, 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 if you are a practitioner, figure out some things that you should be giving your clients as homework. Figure out some things that maybe you could explain to them about their system as it's opening up. I know it adds another element to your work and to your practice. And maybe you're trying to figure out how to do that, and maybe you don't have a lot of time in your sessions to do it, but really it's worth it. And even if you're just going to channel through for them in the moment of the session, this is the work for this person. Ask, what is the homework this person needs to be doing? What does this person most need to know about their energy system or their psychic system that I can give them right now so that they're going to be the most sustainable version of themselves moving forward? Ask. If you ask and you allow it to come through you, what I find is oftentimes I will get the most amazing practice to give to someone that is completely unique for them. And then I will maybe go off and try that practice in my own practice just to see, oh, what was that about? Why was I given that practice in the session? And I will do it myself and be like, wow, yeah, that does develop that energy. It works that particular muscle. It really gives you that extra piece. Maybe I hadn't even known before in my own personal practice or something that I have learned from others. So be open to what it is that you most need to give the person that you're working with for them to heal themselves and move forward. I have honestly built my practice around this. It is a cornerstone of what I do. I help people heal themselves. Yes, I do shamanic work. I do energy work. I remove energies, entities. I work on past life stuff. I bring in information. I shift energy fields and open things up and cut cords and all of the things that we do as healers. But big part of what I do is I give people the tools they need to move forward, because I'm not always going to be there for someone. You're not always going to be there for someone. They're not always going to be able to afford to come to see you. They're going to be, we want them to be going off and taking workshops and classes and going to retreats and hiring somebody different to work on some other thing and investing in their business, investing in their family, investing in their future. And we're not going to be there for long for most people that we work with. Sure, some people hang with us, they stick with us like glue, and we have them for years, and maybe they go off and they come back and go off and come back. But by and large, a lot of people only come rarely, or they come for a short period of time. Like, we get this little bitty window to work with someone, and we can change their life in a huge way. And we can do that through the work that we move through our body, that we move through our energy field, that we move through our channel. But it's a disservice if we're not also using some of that time to help them cultivate information around the awakening, around their gifts, around what might happen to them, and when stuff starts to happen, what is happening, and what they should do. And if you don't know that stuff, find somebody you can refer people to. Form a collaboration, an allegiance with another practitioner where you feel really safe and comfortable sending people. And, maybe there's a financial, almost like affiliation that you're creating. Whatever it is that you need to do to be able to support your people. As healers, we come from the same experience of the world wherein we've been taught competition and, every man for himself, and there's only so much money to go around, there's only so many people, there's only so many clients, is sort of this experience that we have of the world. It's not true. And referring someone out, if it's not within your scope of practice of what you're doing, referring someone out is such an amazing, wonderful thing to do for someone and for yourself. And if you are in need of more practices to share with your people, if you are knowing that you're an amazing practitioner, but you haven't really thought about, what am I leaving people with? What am I leaving people with? Reach out to me. I have programs, mentorship programs and courses and things like that where I love to share this kind of information with people. I am so passionate that we are all healing ourselves. And as healers, we're healing ourselves. As our clients, they are healing themselves. And as we learn how to heal ourselves, we are healing the world. And we are at a moment in time when we really need our healers to step up and step out and share. Share the gifts. Share your practices that you're doing. Share what it is that has gotten you to the place that you're at. Share your process. Share that you have had this experience of channeling or turning on your healing gift, becoming psychic, becoming energetically activated. Whatever it is that you are, that you do, share with people so that they don't feel alone. It is horrible to feel alone out there. It is one of the worst things in the world, is this feeling of aloneness. And it's ridiculous, because there are a lot of us out there. There are a lot of us out there that are weirdos who never fit in the first place, and then we're channeling, and we've got aliens and angels, and our hands are all hot and tingling, and we're shaking and doing weird stuff, and we're singing, and we're seeing things, and we're hearing things, and whatever it is, even if you just like, well, I kind of know stuff and I'm really good at explaining things to people about themselves. Like, that's amazing. And that's an amazing gift and skill that if we share our process of how we got there, then other people won't feel so alone. Because when people see you and they see the amazingness that you are and that you're this amazing healer, they don't think about the fact that you actually had to walk through the fire to get there. They don't think about the fact that you actually have to do practices. They don't think about the fact that you actually have to do an enormous amount of self-care to keep yourself going in the work that you do. If you don't have to do those things, why aren't you doing those things? Kudos to you. You're on another level, but you're doing it in your sleep. So please give people more access to what it is that has driven you to this place and what it is that sustains you, and give them access to what it is that is going to allow them not to feel crazy, alone, scared, and unheld by this spiritual awakening. They need us. They need us to fucking step up and to follow up with them. Some of us are super fucking activated and we are blasting through people's systems. We are opening them up super wide. I know I've done it in the past. If I've done it to you and it was unpleasant, I'm sorry. People usually enjoy it, but you know, we can break someone open a little bit too quickly, maybe before their time was come, or in a way where they're thrust into the dark night of the soul. They're thrust into an awakening that's challenging and confronting and ugly, painful, disturbing, all of the things. And we as practitioners need to just check in. Hey, how you doing? Want to follow up with you. How's it going inside your system? What's coming up for you? Are you doing your practice? Did you try this thing? And I know so many of you are just doing such an amazing job. So I want to also say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to all of the amazing healers and practitioners that are out there sloughing through the tough stuff and really holding their clients. I know so many of you do so much extra work above and beyond what it is that you are even saying that you're doing. I know that. So thank you for doing all of your hard work. Thank you for supporting all of these people through the awakening. We are really on the front lines here and drawing people through. And I am so honored to be in your ranks, and many blessings on yourself, your clients, and your practice. Much love.